What's up, everybody? This is time to wrestle with Suplexus. I am Suplexus, and today I am presenting Future Slam 10 Summerslam. So, this is the 10th one. I've done the Summerslam, Future Slam for 2 years in a row. Did it last year, did it in 2023. And for this video, and for this time in particular, it's a little different because it's a 2-night event instead of just a 1-night event. However, there are a lot of things I am simply not interested in, as much things going on that I'm not interested in. So I'm going to keep it to 8 matches, and you could figure out which match you want to headline night 1. The match I'm going to say at the end of the video should probably be the night 2 headliner. But without further ado, let's get started. So, the first match, sorry about that little pop-up. The first match is for the women's world title, and it is going to see Io Sky defending against Rhea Ripley. So, how do we get to this match? Basically, Rhea Ripley, she's going to lose Money in the Bank, and she's going to want another title shot, and she gets it, but she narrowly loses to like a roll-up or something, and then she keeps arguing that she wants one, and Io agrees to fight her on the condition that this is Rhea's last chance at the title as long as Io is champion. If Io wins, no more opportunities for Rhea Ripley. That's the story here. So, in this match, it starts off with, because these two know each other so well, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, it starts off with a bunch of reversals. Like, they go for the big moves, but they have it scouted. Like, Io goes for the springboard dropkick. Rhea has it scouted. She moves out of the way. Sorry about that. And then Rhea goes for like a big boot or the riptide. Io has it scouted. So it's pretty evenly matched in the beginning for this match. Pun intended. However, later on in the match, they start hitting their big moves, and they keep kicking out of it. Rhea hits Io with the riptide, but Io gets her shoulder up, kicks out of it, and we are about 15 minutes into the match. It's like a war. They're just doing all these counters, all these things you don't see much. Like, we get some springboard Spanish fly from Io. We get Rhea doing planches to the outside. They're going all out. They're busting out all the moves you could possibly think of. However, at about the 15 to 17 minute mark, Io takes for the announce table because she can't get Rhea down. She puts Rhea on the table, knocks her over the head. Rhea's laid down on the table. Io goes to the top rope and hits a moonsault through the announce table to Rhea Ripley. And then she throws her back in the ring and hits another moonsault. Nobody kicks out the moonsault once, but 1, 2, Rhea kicks out. A moonsault through the table, a moonsault in the ring. Everything they've done to each other, and Io, she's starting to lose it because this entire time everyone's been doubting her that she could beat Rhea Ripley. So she goes a little wild. She goes on outside, takes apart the steps. Like, she is pissed off because the whole thing is people don't take her legitimately because she never got that fair win over Rhea Ripley. So she's losing it, and eventually just drags Rhea Ripley out the ring. And at this stage in the match, they're just scrapping it out. it's like a pretty ugly. And eventually, though, Io does hit a body slam on the steel steps. It's a violent moment in the match. And then she throws her back in the ring. They keep going at it for a bit. But by the end, Io hits like 2 moonsaults in a row to retain the title. And after the match, both of them are bruised up, especially Rhea. Potentially, you could have blood in the match if you want to emphasize, like, you having to do whatever it takes. But by the end of this now, Io retains the title. It's Rhea's last title shot. But what did it cost Io? She picked up the win in the end. In the end, they showed respect to each other. But she had to risk everything. She had to do things to Rhea Ripley that she'd never think of doing normally, like the body slam on the steps. Whatever it takes to win, pulled off the win, finally got that fair win over Rhea Ripley. That is how you kick off SummerSlam. Now, the next one is a big one as well. It is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. This story writes itself already. You saw what happened at WrestleMania with the triple threat match and Seth blasting Roman with the chair once again, hitting the curb stomp to pick up the victory. However, before this match happens, it is important to note Seth Rollins wins the Money in the Bank contract. He is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he is looking to cash in at SummerSlam, or he is looking to cash in on a Monday Night Raw. But that is where Roman Reigns makes his return. He is coming back for vengeance because Seth took his wise man. And then, of course, 11 years of history. Every time Roman was down, even though he was like a Machiavellian and a gaslighter, he still blamed Seth Rollins at the end of the day for everything that's happened. So, 11 years of turmoil, over 11 years by SummerSlam. It's going to come together tonight, or on this night. So, Seth and Roman go at it. I don't think I have to tell you how good the match is going to be. You've seen their chemistry before. They put on a classic, but in the end, Roman has the steel chair. He hesitates to hit Seth with it because it'll cause him the DQ, but that causes Roman Reigns' downfall in the match. He does everything he should, but in the end, Seth picks up the win, and you could have Seth win in a dirty manner, but I'm going to have him beat Roman Reigns clean, because I think it makes a bigger statement, really legitimizes Seth Rollins. Sure, he beat him at Mania, but Paul Heyman was involved, and you continue that story. They'll hopefully go until they retire, where Roman Reigns, he could never beat Seth Rollins when it counts most. So, that's the case for this. Seth wins. They put on a banger. 5 stars. You know what it is with these two in the ring. So, the next match is for the World Heavyweight Championship, as Jey Uso defends the championship against Braun Breaker. So, the way this gets set up, you're seeing it play out on Raw a little bit right now, where Seth Rollins and his faction is going after Jey Uso. They want the title. So, Roman is keeping Seth busy because Roman is seeking revenge on Seth Rollins. Meanwhile, however, Braun Breaker wins a battle royal on Raw if they bring back King of the Ring. Excuse me. I have Braun Breaker win King of the Ring, but he gets that title shot at SummerSlam against Jey Uso, and the story it writes itself. They had two matches. Jey got the first one. Braun Breaker got the second one. Braun wants to get the title to secure the vision for the future, because that's what Seth Rollins is promoting. And the whole thing is, there's another underlying thing. Seth is telling Braun Breaker to do the right thing. And we don't really know what it means, but it will become apparent in this match, because as Jey Uso and Braun Breaker are fighting, a ref bump occurs. I love my ref bumps. And Braun Breaker, he's got control, but Jey mounts a comeback, hits him with the super kick. All of a sudden, Seth Rollins comes out, and he blasts Jey with the briefcase. He sees that Braun Breaker is out. Ref is beginning to recover, and Seth cashes in the Money in the Bank contract. So this match is now a triple threat. And in the end, Braun Breaker hits a spear on Jey Uso, but Seth comes in and tells Braun Breaker to let him finish the job. Seth hits him with the curve stomp. It looks like Braun is thinking about preventing Seth from winning the title, but in the end, he decides to let him pin Jey Uso. If this frustrates you, that's the job, because we're going to tell a story where eventually Braun Breaker breaks free. That's a funny little wording. He breaks free and turns on Seth to fight him for the title. Potentially later this year, we get Seth versus Braun Breaker. Braun looks like he's going to lay down, kicks out at 2, and then they fight. So that's what I'm thinking. But for this, Seth Rollins will win the title because Braun Breaker allows him to get that pinfall after he cashes in Money in the Bank. Now it is time for the next match, and this is a very personal one. We have Finn Balor challenging Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Much like some other matches on the card I've given so far, they've planted the seeds for this to eventually happen, and in the end, it's revealed Finn was messing with the Judgment Day. Liv and Raquel end up losing the titles, and he basically kills the faction to the point where he manipulates Liv not to be with Dominic because of the Roxanne situation. JD McDonough doesn't trust Finn Balor. Carlito is lost in all of this, most likely, I'll be honest. And Raquel Gonzalez leaves with Liv Morgan. So Finn has corrupted the Judgment Day. It no longer exists by SummerSlam time. And it is just Dominic seeking retribution. Finn destroyed his family. Dom, he reveals that, he saw them as family. After everything that happened with Rey Mysterio, he saw the Judgment Day as his family. Not the family he was born with, but the family he found. And Finn Balor took that away from him. It's a personal feud. And at SummerSlam, I have Finn Balor win the championship. Now, I know they're trying to build Dominic up, but I see like more money in this rivalry if we have it go a little further and then have Dom get the title back maybe in October. Seriously. Or in San Diego at Survivor Series. Because you have Dom beat him here. There's nowhere to go. Finn lost. Dominic won. The hero's journey's done. I have Finn take the title here. And then they feud over it. And Dom potentially gets it back at the end of the rivalry. So, the next match now is for the Women's Intercontinental title. And this is going to be Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. I'm aware in this graphic I have Lyra with the title. There's not one with Becky, but I could easily have Becky Lynch walk in as champion. Like, I see her beating Lyra at Money in the Bank. This is the case for now because Lyra's champ. But that's a very possible scenario. And in this match, basically, Bayley comes back seeking retribution on Becky Lynch. But Lyra, after being cheated out of the title at Money in the Bank, wants a little payback. Both of them want Becky Lynch. There you go. Triple threat match. And these three should kill it at Summerslam. They should have a great match. In the end, you have Lyra Valkyria pin Becky Lynch to regain or retain the Intercontinental title. You wrap that up. And then you run Bayley and Lyra after. This is perhaps the most simplistic story I have on the card, or simplistic match, but it makes sense and it'd be good, and they've planted the seeds for that story, so why not? That's my opinion. So now, on the second to last match, we have Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. Excuse me. I'm recording this at 1:47 a.m. Pacific time, so excuse me if I'm a little more energetic or a little less energetic. But we have Solo Sikoa challenging Jacob Fatu, and the story here is Jacob sees through what Solo's trying to do with JC Mateo and making him the new Jacob Fatu. So that eventually Jacob does beat JC Mateo, and that is when the Solo heel turn finally happens. Or the Solo heel turn, because he's turning even more heel. So that happens. SummerSlam setup. At SummerSlam, unlike the Finn Balor match, I have Jacob Fatu pick up the win and retain, unlike having Finn beat Dom for the title. Just because I don't know how good this match is going to be. And if Solo wins, where do you go from there? There's no interesting path to go down. So I have Jacob beat him. You wrap it up at the second biggest show of the year, or the third biggest if you consider Rumble to be second. But wrap it up here. Jacob gets that win, and then Jacob finally moves on from Solo Sikoa. And now it's time for the main event. This is going to be John Cena defending the WWE Undisputed Championship. That's not really undisputed. It's just the WWE Championship if there's two titles. He's defending though against the American Roller Coaster Cody Rhodes and Phil Brooks, CM Punk. this to me, it's Cody Rhodes. He wants his title back. He's made that clear. He's going to fight Cena at Money in the Bank. Cena probably wins there. And then I have Punk come out after. So Punk and Cena will fight. I don't think Punk is going to be at Night of Champions, but they fight sometime before SummerSlam in a one-on-one match. That's a screwy finish. And because Roman is there, Punk doesn't have to worry as much about the Seth Rollins situation. Roman says he'll take care of it, and Punk could do his thing for now. So Punk is going after Cena. Cody's going after Cena. Cody and Punk have history. We've never seen them wrestle before. And this is the best possible match you could do with John Cena, in my opinion. And the best possible story you could tell. Punk is all like, you're gonna leave with the title. I threatened to do this at Money in the Bank way back in 2011, but now I have to protect it from you. Cody, of course, has vengeance in his eyes. He wants John Cena, and he wants to be the one to take him down. By the way, I got a little straw hat there, if you notice. But he wants to be the person to take John Cena down. And in this match, Cody does that. Cody Rhodes defeats John Cena for the WWE title, pinning him in the process. So, I went through 8 matches. We're about 22 minutes in. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the amount of views I've gotten on the Double or Nothing one, my birthday review. That's pretty cool. I'm appreciating the support you gave to my Saturday Night's Main Event review. 244 views. That is my most viewed shorts video of all time. Might be my most viewed video of all time in general. So thank you so much. If you made it this far, I'm extremely grateful that you took over 22 minutes out of your day to listen to me fantasy book a pro wrestling pay-per-view in August. That means so much. Thank you. This has been Suplexus. I'm gonna go to bed in a couple hours, or a few. Have a good one.